Another sped up video looking at Chaos's training, but this is a very good video. It's a little long, but bear with me. Um, Dogs are great generalizers. That is why they are very good to train. They generalize everything. So if you constantly do something, they pick up on it and they make that habit very quickly. That's why they are amazing creatures to control and train in this manner. Now, because of that, there is a little caveat. There is a reason. There are some difficulties. And during your training, you'll notice, I hear this all the time. Travis, whenever we're at home, the dog listens perfectly. The second we go outside or the second we go somewhere new, it's like they totally lose their mind. That's because the dog has generalized training in one location. That's also why you hear people say, the dog listens to me but not this other person. It's because they generalize obeying one person versus the other. Now, in this video, we've seen in previous videos how he'll go to the cot, he'll sit down and everything all the time perfectly, but the second I ask him to do it off the cot, he gets confused. So I'll tell him to down. I know he knows down, but I'll say down and he'll run to the cot, then lay down. But I want him to down where I tell him to down, like here. I tell him, to down, he takes off for the cot because he has generalized these positions on the cot. So in this session, I'm trying to get him to down and listen wherever I tell him to. So it's going to be a slow process. And a lot of people will notice that I'm very overbearing. I'm leaning over him quite a bit. This is a sign of dominance. This is where if you have an aggressive dog, if you lean over them, sometimes you get bit, because leaning over a dog is communicating to them that you are more dominant than them, and this can cause problems in specific dogs. If the dog is very submissive and you do this, they'll often pee, they'll squat down, they'll roll over, and they don't listen because this is a very dominant position. So what I'm utilizing it here for is he's submissive, but he's not weak. So I am using that overbearingness, that overpowering sense of leaning over him. I'm saying down, and I'm leaning over him to kind of use my body language and that dominance feeling to get him to down. It somewhat works, but not all the time. But I was trying it here quite a bit. So it's just one of the tools in the toolbox. But you can see him actually try to think about what I want. I'll say down, and you see him just looking at me very intently going, what do you want me to do? I give a command, he'll sit, he'll run to the cot, he'll sit, he'll run to the cot and down. He's offering all kinds of behavior, wanting that reward. We call this having a very operant dog. He's very focused and he's very attentive, and he's actually trying to figure out what it is I want him to do. And I'm trying not to talk to him as much. I'm trying not to lure him as much. I'm wanting him to try to figure this out on his own without any type of force, without any type of real pressure. If a dog can learn this kind of stuff on its own, it has more of an impact in their conscious mind. So here, once again, I tell him down, he runs to the cot and everything. So it's not working too well, so I start luring him in that down, hoping that down, down, down. He gets that in his head. Okay, he wants me to down right here. And you see him, he tries to, like he starts moving his paws, he kind of hunkers down. And then when he does down on his own, I give him a good praise. I pet him, I cheer him on, I put the food under him, hoping that he goes, oh, that's what you wanted all along. And see, he still kind of wants to do it. He offers the behavior half-assed, and then he runs back to the cot. So this is a very good video, even though it doesn't show a lot of success in a lot of ways, but it shows how his mindset is changing during training. He wants to listen, he wants to obey, but he also wants to figure it out on his own. And that's why I'm taking a little bit longer in this training, because I'm not using force. Sometimes in the first week I'll do a lot of luring, and in the second week I'll start using a little bit of force. With him, since he's so smart and he's so caring and lovable and cuddly and everything, I want to take my time with him and make sure he does it and he enjoys doing it. And as you can see here, He enjoys listening. He wants to listen. He wants to obey. He wants to please. And I'm going to take advantage of that. So I'm going to shut my mouth a little bit and let you guys kind of see how the rest of the training goes on its own.
Place. Yes. Sit. Good. Down. Yes. Here. Yes. Sit. Yes. Down. Yes. Sit. Yes. Find it. Find it. Find it. Find it. Yes. Place. Place. Yes. Down. Yes. Here. Down. Down. Nuh-uh. Yes. Down. Yes. Down. Nuh-uh. Down. Nuh-uh. Here. Sit. Down. Yes. Down. Down. Yes. Down. 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 Here. Down. Yes. Down. Yes. Down. 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 Nuh-uh. Sit. Down. Down. Yes! Good boy! Good boy. Alright, ready? Find it. Find it, yes. Alright, ready? Give me one more. Down. Nuh-uh. Yes. Here. Sit. Down. Down. Yes, good boy.
So we ended it on a good note where he downed on his own away from the cot, and we're going to continue doing that. And then next thing you know it, we're going to be outside working on distractions and then seeing how long we can keep him to place and how long we can get him to sit and how long we can get him to down with all those distractions. All right, see ya.